Hello, my name is Jamie Fonseca, and I'm here to talk to you about how the Nacireman people, now this is a certain discovery that I have made with these people and something that they take part in. It is a participation type of action that they do, and it is among the consumption of something that they call sleem. Now, this sleem might appear to us like something maybe like a meal or food, something that we might casually eat and digest. So these Nacireman people are going to specific places and participating in sleem, and a lot of them can actually contain something called a slakemech, and this slakemech has warning signs even for these people when they consume this sleem, and they will still consume it even knowing that it damages their body. It might turn into them becoming very obese, in our opinion, and it even results sometimes when they overconsume it, and sometimes these people continue just to overconsume even out of boredom, I've noticed. And sometimes it can result in even diseases and illnesses, and one of the diseases is setabate. And setabate might be like something that we consider like diabetes. And a lot of times these places where they participate in consuming this sleem, they don't even physically get out to achieve it. So they ride in these mobiles that will take them, and it's like a assembly line in a factory where they give a currency and then they receive their sleem and then they ingest it. And a lot of the times these sleems will even have a warning sign, like I mentioned before, about the slakemech. And even though they are knowing that what it can cause to their bodies, they still partake in it. And I think a big part of this is because these people actually see something like that we would know as like an advertisement, and they have these massive screens, and it's a place where they all come together and they spend hours and hours upon days where they're just sitting with no interruptions, and almost as if they are studying something, as if it's like they're in a school. And they sit in front of these big screens, and just about every room has one. And on these screens, they will see multiple moments where they have information coming to them, and they willingly accept this information. And a lot of the information is telling them that, they want this sleem, that this sleem is going to be good for them, and doesn't mention anything about the slakemech or the fact that it can cause setabate. So these people are spending hours upon hours a day, and they're in front of these screens, having these gatherings in front of these screens, and it actually makes them want to go have this sleem. So they physically will get out of their housing unit, and they will go in their mobiles and go along that assembly line to receive that sleem. And we've noticed in recent studies that now these people, in order to stay in front of these screens, not having to even leave the screen, they will have someone come to them, and they have these like almost like a teleportation type of device where they will see the sleem on this device, and by the push of a button, the sleem will appear at their doorstep within a few minutes, possibly. So they have developed a way for their convenience, almost, for them to continue to have this moment together. in front of this screen and at the same time enjoy their sleem. And while they are consuming this sleem, they see these messages that initially made them want the sleem. So it's a very, very strange interaction that these people have with consumption and this need and this desire, and to not care about the fact that what they are doing in that moment will possibly lead to them having illnesses and issues later on. So I'm going to take you to one of these places, and we'll be joined by a Nacireman, and this Nacireman will take us through this assembly line, and we'll even probably see one of those warning signs, and we will see this Nazarene person even enjoy the sleam as well. All right, guys, we are joined here today by a real-life Nacireman. His name is Matthew, and we're going to ask him a couple questions, and we're going to see how this process works with this alignment where they actually obtain their sleems. Now, Matthew, how often would you say that you come through these, what do you call them?
This is a drive-through.
A drive-through, okay.
Yeah. I'd say at least once a day, sometimes twice if I go for lunch.
Wow. Okay, so what's the whole purpose of coming through these drive-throughs?
So, for example, I'm running late for work, but I haven't eaten breakfast. I want food on the go real quick, so I'll go drive-through.
Nice. Okay, so it seems like the Nacireman people kind of utilize these drive-throughs when they're a little short on time. Like Matthew had said, he'll go maybe once or twice a day, so they're coming to these drive-throughs multiple times a day. So we are in the process of going through one right now. So there's multiple mobiles, and we're waiting in a line, and I think we're gonna approach a little box where is there a person in the box?
So there's a speaker, the person's in the building, and they're gonna ask me, what do I want to order? And, I'll tell them the number one or whatever it is, whatever I'm getting for that day.
Wow, so they don't even have to say what they want. They just make it even more simple by just assigning a number.
Right.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. So we're about to approach one of these speaker boxes, and we'll see how it goes. So we are at the speaker. So it looks like those are their options there.
Alright, can I please have the number 6?
Number 6?
Yes.
And the drink?
Vanilla iced coffee.
What size and what flavor?
What was that?
What size and what flavor?
Medium, vanilla iced coffee.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Work with those.
Thank you.
Okay, so he has already given his number. He has already given his option. So this is that assembly line where the people don't even get out of their cars, right? You don't have to get out of your car.
No need. I give them my card. They give me a receipt. I pick up my food.
So this is another Nacireman in here. So it looks as though the Nacireman people don't even have to get out of their vehicles. They will just have an assembly line working for them, and they obtain their sleem. So he has just gotten his sleem, and now we will drive back to his housing unit. Okay, so he's already going to start indulging. Interesting. So I've heard that I mentioned earlier, usually they'll put warning signs for the slakamek that are inside the sleems. Have you ever seen those warning signs? Are you aware of those warning signs? Do you know they exist?
Are you talking about the ones that say, like, may cause birth defects or may cause cancer or something like that.
Those, yes.
Yeah, I've seen them sometimes.
So it doesn't bother you that the Slackamix are gonna cause those issues and they're in this sleam?
I feel like it's gonna happen one way or another. I might as well be enjoying the food that I like to eat.
Okay, so it seems as though these Nacireman people don't care at all about what is actually inside the sleam because their convenience is worth more to them over the possible negative outcomes from consumption. All right, so we're gonna ask a couple health questions now. So, Matthew, do you have anything like Sedabate or high cholesterol, any health issues?
Yeah, the doctor said I got high cholesterol.
High cholesterol, okay. And do you think that could possibly be as a result from the sleeves?
Probably.
And you don't care?
It tastes really good.
Interesting. All right, guys, so that concludes our time with Matthew, a real-life Nacireman, and him taking us through one of these drive-thrus. Now that we've actually been in the presence of a Nacireman, and we've been at one of these facilities, and we've seen this warning sign for these Slackamix, let's look at the bigger picture. So from my case studies, it looks as though the reason why these people are over-consuming and why these people are not even getting up or physically moving to obtain these sleeves is that their lives are so busy. These people are constantly going from one priority to another priority, and they even go to something called Crow, and that's a little something similar to a job for us, and from there they have these units within their homes and they have to take care of them, and it seems like there's just so much constantly going on for these people that they have found a way to make all of these ways to obtain sleeves a convenience for them and their lifestyle. And it's easier for these people to stay in these mobiles instead of getting out because pretty much they're just on a tight time schedule. And it's kind of like, you know, their industrial lives are just really catching up with them and they don't even care. And a lot of the times it seems like this is even causing these you know, these species to become depressed and to develop these diseases like Sedabate from not moving as much and not having the time to move, so that they are staying pretty much sedentary. So that wraps up everything with the Nacireman people, and I hope that this has been interesting for you, and I hope my research has served you well. Thank you.